Welcome to the Golf Parent.
What you say?
One of the I think the key pillars of your early education or learning how to teach sports was talking about mindset and understanding what goes into the mindset, I guess, of being great or of even learning. What have you learned, or what are some of your takeaways when either the mindsets of the elite golfers? We touched on a lot of it, like being obsessed and having that desire to get better and that. But is there anything else that you've seen when it comes to the mindset that kind of separates certain juniors from others?
Uh, yes, I think. But I'm gonna change the question just
Please.
slightly, if
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
okay. Um, from a coaching perspective, every junior, every player, I'm a specific junior for this conversation. I appreciate they're all slightly different. Meaning, some juniors when they wake up, they they wake up, and if you think of a stress level, they're waking up on the far right hand side of the bell curve where stress is super high. Like if we go caveman, the bear is chasing them, right? Like they're like, they're waking up like that. And then they have other juniors when they wake up in the morning, they have no stress at all. They're like still half asleep, right? Like they're not going, nothing bothers them. And in reality, like somewhere in between those is where every junior golfer or any golfer plays their best. And if you think of it, when you've played your best, who are you? That sounds like a very deep statement, I know, but like
Love it.
what is your persona? What is your character? What is your mindset? What did you do that morning when you've played your best? Because you're waking up on one somewhere on that scale, right? Somewhere you're kind of sleepy, super stressed out, and that's just who you are, and that's okay. Either one's fine. But what I as a coach I have to help that junior find the middle ground so they can get into a more of a flow state, um, where their decision making is easy on the golf course. It's not too stressful, but it's just stressful enough that their concentration, they're locked in. Um, so and that's why I think for my job makes it very easy is figuring out the player in front of me and they help. It's a joint venture. Who are you as the golfer? And I have to help you with that. Like when you've played your best, there's breadcrumbs there, right? We know when you played your best, the decisions were easy. Like you got 160 wind off the right. Oh, that's an easy 8 iron. And the next day it's 160 wind off the right. Maybe I chip in 7. Or no, maybe it's today. Well, what's the difference? Why on one day are you making clear decisions and the next day you're not? And some of that's like the psychological, physiological makeup of said player. So helping that junior figure out who they are when they play their best so they can be in that mindset as often as possible is a major part of my job. That's why I had to change the question slightly. Sorry, but it's it is different for everybody because there's not like I don't think there's one character trait that is, oh, they're this and that junior has more grit or more focus than another. I think it's who they are physiologically will affect them psychologically. And therefore, if you can help that player figure out when they've played their best, what that physiological and psychological mindset is, then you're much more likely to achieve or get close to that flow state on a more frequent basis.
And it sounds like you're almost advocating, going back to the journaling aspect, to really kind of become conscious as, what did you do when you first woke up? What did you eat? What were those, so that you can replicate that into some sort of system or routine or habit to give yourself the best chance to be in that high level flow state, as you said, as often as possible. Is that fair to say?
Nailed it. Absolutely. I think you've got to have some reference. And if you're writing it down, journaling is a really easy way to refer back. It's very, very easy. But even if a player doesn't like to journal, any junior golfer, especially if they're in that competitive or elite range, they know when they played the best. They can tell you the score. They can tell you the tournament. They can tell you what the weather was that day. And so then they can probably tell you what they ate for breakfast that day too. They have it's
They're
amazing.
aware.
Like the golfers, you remember the really good rounds. Decision making was easy. That's, I think, the key. I had one player, he's actually professional, but one player, I asked him this question. I was like, "So who were you? Like, what were your character traits? Like when you played your best?" And he's won at a very high level before, and I could see him like bursting to tell me what the answer was. And he said, "Silent." I'm like, "Really?" So he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "When I last won, in the there was some things in the gallery that had thrown him off early in the round, and he just decided he was just going to like not talk to anyone for the rest of the round, and he won." So he's like silent. He goes, "Then I noticed like when I talk to people less, I play better." Because he's a really talkative guy in person. So there's no right or wrong answer. It's who it is for the player.
Would you suggest almost creating I've been hearing this over and over from some of the best superstars in the world that they almost create like an alter ego where they embody and almost give a name to that, what you're talking about, so that they can step into that when they get on the course or they get on the court or whatever it might be, that they're no longer who they normally are. They're now stepping into this. Would you
Yeah,
suggest that?
I love that. I definitely yeah, that's a thing. There's a lot of examples of exactly that concept that you just mentioned. People alter ego it. I think that's a nice way to do it. I'll have players in their yardage book. Well, before I'll skip a step. Sorry. The I'll have players send me. I give them homework, and I say, in 3 days' time, you need to send me 3 to 5 character traits of who you are when you play your best. And I was like, I don't care. You can be aggressive, passive, assertive, silent, like insert,
Yeah, there's no wrong
strategic.
answer.
Like, there's no wrong answer. And then you're gonna rank them. If say you give me 3, you're gonna rank them 1, 2, and then in 3 days' time, you got to do it again. And does the list stay the same? And it normally does, but maybe they'll have they have a few more days, so they think about something else. So now they have 5 for sure that are clear ranked, and 2 of them are always the same. So I have in their yardage book at the very front, I'll ask them often to like just write those 2 character traits on the very front of the yardage book. So on the first hole, you pull it out of your back pocket. Everyone you're playing with thinks you're just looking at the yardage book as to what the hole is, and you are reading in your handwriting those 2 character traits. So then you put it in your back pocket and you say them, and then you go hit your shot. So you're to your point, you're getting into that character as you tee off.